I'm in the polytunnel because the weather is pretty nasty this morning, very damp, and feels quite chilly. First time hat's back on. I think it could be here to stay for a bit. Hope you're all well. I did manage earlier in the week to do a few jobs, which included lifting the sweetcorn. There was quite a bit of clearing to do there, and I must admit, I had no idea how difficult it would be to pull up all of it. So, for a no dig allotment, I was definitely digging. My other reason for being here on a rather wet, dull morning was, of course, to give the fox its cake and medicine. Today on the menu was homemade scone with strawberry jam. They had slightly gone beyond their best, so I didn't tell it that, of course. But it's been woofed down, and I think today's pretty much the last day I'm going to give the medicine because she is looking amazing. Gonna do your medicine? Yeah? Okay, what have we got? Oh, a bit of a scratch. You got fleas? Come on then. I'm just going to do a quick sweep of the plot to give you an update on what's still growing and definitely stuff that's got to come out. This is a bit of a diary reminder for me as well. Flowers still providing some colour, so very happy about that. The begonias, sunflowers, I've taken some heads from some of them. They're drying out in the polytunnel, ready for the seeds. I've pretty much cleared all the pumpkins off the arch, apart from that odd one that has grown between the wire. So that needs to be cut out of there. Spring onions there, still some flowers looking okay. Cosmos is definitely going over the top now. This bed needs a sort out, few potatoes, main crop, and the rain's coming back now. We've got carrots growing, and some weeds in these pots, which were previously potato pots. So the fact that the soil wasn't sifted is going to prove interesting as to whether we get any decent straight carrots, but doesn't matter, they're all edible. And got some little gem lettuce that's under the cloche here, and that very poor camera work going on here, but take my word for it, they're better than the ones that have been left open in the bed up here. There's still some tomatoes to harvest. I won't mention them again because I know I mention them all the time, but Nagina, best variety. I'm so impressed. A few more main crop potatoes here. And this is where the beds are starting to look clearer. Runner beans were in these two. The sweet corn was in this one. I've still got to get rid of all of this. I am going to take some of it home for my garden bin because the stalks on it are so thick. And also my compost bin is pretty full. I've got some sacks already full over there. And yeah, this is the other lettuce. Okay, it's being nibbled. Asparagus, another bed cleared of runner beans, a few more tomatoes, and then my carrots. I'm going to be harvesting some carrots in a moment because I've got an urge to make carrot cake. I've actually pulled up the Savoy cabbages because they were so riddled and they're beginning to, they're just gone beyond the stage of saving, I think. These poor sunflowers, they've also got to be dealt with. And a fox. So yeah, feeling very, very autumnal. The cherry tree is turning and I've had a sweep up of leaves once, but yeah, they're all coming down. The seed exchange box is doing well. And this is a wonderful sieve that has been given to me by a plot neighbour, which is going to prove invaluable. I've got a smaller one, but having a nice larger handmade one like that is going to be great. And yes, over in this corner is lavender. I've had these lavender plants for years and they really don't do much. My vision is to have a nice little lavender hedge at the top of the allotment, but got to go some to actually get that vision to reality. Okay, I omitted to say what was on the ground. And this is the frame that I had the Scarlet Emperor runner beans. Now, the thought of having to dismantle this whole frame and build it again next year, yeah, it's just not what I want to do. So for the moment, I've just laid it flat. It's sort of wedged under the table there. Not sure if that's a great idea. Yeah, there isn't really room to store it behind the shed. So yeah, got to really have a think about that. in the polytunnel, a strawberry. Honestly, absolutely thrived on neglect. They really have. I have given them a little bit of a tidy up now because I felt so guilty. And I'm now wondering, what should I do? I've never really grown strawberries before. So are they going to be okay in here? Should I just fleece them or, yeah, advice, please. I can see you. I can see you. Hello. So, carrots. Let's have a look. I can see the tops of some of them. Some definitely look a bit small. Yeah. I could try and convince you that these are the Chantenay ones, but they're not. They're supposed to be a lot longer than this. Oh, getting better. Yes. I'm inside my shed, and I've noticed that if I'm in here for any length of time, the fox comes to have a look, seeks me out. Are you looking for me? Hopeful of more cake, I'm sure. So the carrots are not too bad. Giving them a quick little rinse under the tap. I think the water's going to be turned off pretty soon at the allotment, but harvest should all be finished by then anyway. I am going to go and harvest a few tomatoes and then probably call it a day because, yeah, it does feel really damp and I don't want to start digging. So, yeah. I said I was in the mood for making a carrot cake, so I've got back from the allotment and gathered together the ingredients. Now, if you've watched any of my previous videos that features cooking, you'll know that I'm a big fan of recipes that don't use too many ingredients. I think it's really tricky. You go and buy a specialist ingredient, it sits in your cupboard for a year, and then the next time you look at it, it's out of date. So I would rather have the basics and improvise, substitute. So for this carrot cake recipe, I would normally use soft brown sugar. I haven't got any, so just regular granulated is going in. So it will be a slightly lighter colour, but that really doesn't matter. So very basic ingredients, of course, carrots. These are the ones that I picked at the allotment earlier. I've just grated those using a coarse hand grater. Um, with this recipe, there's going to be oil. It's very much a dry ingredient recipe, and you prepare the wet ingredients and then you mix the two. As per normal, I will be putting all instructions and quantities in the description below. So, for the wet ingredients, we've got oil. You can use olive oil, sunflower, whatever's your preference. Milk is going to be used in this recipe, and also you're going to have eggs, and it does take 4 eggs, medium size. Self-raising flour, cinnamon, and again, I would normally put walnuts, chopped walnuts into this. Haven't got any, so slightly different. This is going to have almonds. So I think that wraps up what I want to do at the plot today. I'm going to head home. Thank you, as always, for watching. And until next time, make sure you take care now.